Ladies and gentlemen, all rise for the RankKing's court.
Hey guys,
What's up?
what's up? Do you see Austin around here anywhere?
It's as awkward as I imagined.
I
it
think
would
It is
be.
awkward.
I think he decided to fly away to the Carolinas or something and abandon his kingdom.
Yeah, he just left the kingdom. He left it to us.
I don't know if that's
So-
I don't know if that just tells how much he trusts us, or if
Oh,
it's
he-
just because he just wanted to get away from us. You know what it was? I think he got upset with how many times people were crushing his rankings the past week. And we were
Yeah.
kind of just like, he needs a vacation, he needs some time to get away, he's
Yeah.
got to be able to get his mind clear, soak up some sun, drink a lot of Michelob Ultras that are terrible, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Well, you can see Austin's on here. We have a special guest tonight. Mr. Josh Elsass is in the building.
Listen up, you fucking pigeons. We're talking hockey today,
Hawkey Tawkey.
and there's no Deke to interrupt me.
Nope.
There's no vote. There's
I am
only.
here.
There's a vote.
I was
right
gonna
here.
say
There is a
Austin.
vote,
There's no
yes.
Austin to interrupt me. There's no one to tell me that this is the dumb sport that nobody cares about.
Nope.
It's a caring, happy
It's a
place
safe
today
zone tonight.
of
Safe
hockey
zone.
It's
guys.
very much a safe zone, yes.
And I'm very excited.
Everything within this square is free.
Well,
Safe.
hockey rink is an oval.
Well, I mean, this is also a square, though. So I don't
We're
know if you
square.
can
Where are we, Greg?
Oh, I don't have this. Yes, I do. Thank you for that. RankKing's Court is live today from Union Fitness Studios, located on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. Union Fitness is more than a traditional gym. It's a place where you can transform yourself inside and out, with a variety of classes based around fitness, yoga, strength, and performance training. At Union Fitness, they believe that it is their duty to hold themselves and their clients to a higher standard. They practice what they preach and uphold the values that make Union Fitness the community that it is. Go to unionfitness.com today to sign up for a consultation. Through Union, there is strength.
Nailed it.
Perfect timing.
See, Austin's gonna be proud. He's gonna watch that. He's gonna be proud of us for nailing it. Even Josh was in on that.
Josh was perfect for that. I mean, he
He
also
did
trains.
the double.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's emphasis because he actually trains here. So
Yeah.
it makes
Because I
sense.
actually have biceps to show,
Mhm.
unlike the two of you.
Well, I got this nice jersey on.
Yeah. I mean, the jersey's kind of hiding those biceps. The dad-
Should have worn my shoulder pads.
Yeah. It's hiding the
Yeah,
dad bod
perfect.
biceps, I must say.
Yeah, you're jealous.
What's a dad bod bicep?
I don't know. It's what he
Is it
has.
just like fat that looks like it's strong?
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
No,
Alright.
Bo is the epitome of a dad bod, so it just kind of works.
Yeah,
Basically.
I play for dad bods.
That's true. You do.
But hey, tonight we're talking hockey.
Okay.
Hacky.
Talking hockey.
Hockey, eh?
You have to pronounce it correctly.
Yes. I mean, we
Put the A in it.
Yeah, I mean,
Put the A in it where it
we
belongs.
we went through college with basically pretending you were a Canadian.
Yeah,
so
did you know
Did you have that too?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
One of my friends was like, "Oh yeah, I'm from Canada." He's like, "No, you're not." I was like, "Yeah, I'm from Cool Harbor."
No,
we're-
it was
Oh,
a-
wait, you could have been more, like, I would have went
I-
Thunder Bay.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Cool Harbor.
think it's Cool
It's
Harbor.
been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
we kept it going with a friend of ours for 4 years, and then I think on graduation we decided to be like, he's not from Canada.
Bummer.
He's
I
like-
would have
he's
let
like,
it go.
He's like, "Yeah, you are." I was like, "No,
No.
like we were seriously messing with you."
What kind of fucking Canadian ends up at Slippery Rock?
A lot.
Really?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think I've
from time to
really
time,
met too many of
you
them.
run into some.
Like, if you told me, like, Grove City, because they come down for the outlets,
right next to it.
I could hear that.
Yeah.
But I don't know about Slippery Rock.
It's only 15 minutes from Grove City. 10, 15 minutes.
All
so.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did
Probably
that.
someone drove by, decided that they saw the college, and were like,
They're like,
I could totally
what's
send
the
my son.
closest non-Catholic college we can find?
Basically, yes.
Basically.
Is the best way I can explain it.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know if you guys saw on Instagram today, Thoughts on the Bench posted.
Greg definitely didn't see it.
I
Yeah,
did not
Greg
see
did
it.
not see it. So this is going to be
By the
a
way,
shot for Greg.
by the way,
right
shout
now.
out to Morgan in the comment talking about your body that I probably will not repeat there. So.
Oh, no, read that comment,
No,
Greg.
I'm good.
Ryan
Thank-
has hot biceps.
Yeah,
He has a delicious body.
thank you for that.
Very
Appreciate
delicious.
it.
Wow.
Thanks, Morgan. Love it.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Here
Good
for
for
it.
you, bud.
Yeah.
Get pucks deep.
Get pucks deep. Get some of that. Greg, so we had this Instagram ranking today.
All right.
And it was best hockey traditions.
Okay.
So,
Guess.
yeah,
Guess the
Yes.
top 5.
without looking.
Without looking. Okay. Okay, so one's got to be lifting the cup, I'm assuming. They're-
Boom. Okay, you got
Boom.
one.
Handshake line?
What number do you think handshake line is?
I'd say 4 just because I feel like that's also something most people hate.
Okay, you got it's on the list, but not the right number.
Okay. Playoff beard.
Ooh, there it
That
is.
on
Good,
there.
good, good.
That
What
is on
number?
there.
I'm going to say 2.
Nope, nope. But
Oh.
okay, you're good.
You
Keep
got
going.
it on
You
there,
need
though.
2 more.
2 more.
2 more.
I don't know that you'll get 5, but you should get 2.
Are any of these like team specific or something?
One is.
One is team specific.
One's team specific.
It's an old tradition.
old tradition. Fuck.
Team's not very good anymore.
Ooh,
So wait,
that's a
wait,
good hint.
wait. So like original 6?
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck, which ones have? Oh, is it like the? Is it not the octopus thing?
Yeah!
Oh,
All
that
right,
was
and then
dumb.
one more.
yeah.
You need one more. That
That's
is
a
not
dumb-
team specific.
That's such a dumb tradition. I'm sorry, Red Wings fans. That's a stupid tradition.
I think it's kind of cool.
And
I also like the catfish and
The
the
catfish,
rats.
yeah,
I
it
like
could
it
be
all.
anything. It's
Throw
all
shit
grouped
on the
together.
ice. I'm pumped.
What's up, Foreigner?
traditions.
I'm trying to think of a good hint.
There's 2 of them in this room.
2 of them in this room. Look around the room.
I'm supposed to be looking good.
Open up. Look at me.
Oh, hat tricks. Cool.
That was pretty
awesome.
sweet. He got it too.
That was awesome.
He did catch it. That was great.
That was awesome.
But yeah, these were. I mean, I think they're like everyone's favorite hockey traditions, but they're basically the 5 that I narrowed down.
Okay.
So, do you think of any other ones, Josh?
Okay, so mine
Yeah,
was.
shut up, Foreigner.
Uh,
Foreigner, thanks for joining the chat, bud.
my favorite is when the goalie goes on the ice first. Because that's like an unspoken thing that
Yeah.
you don't talk about. It just happens that way.
Yeah.
Even like down to like the youngest level. Like there's something, whether you see it on TV or what it is, but like the goalie goes first.
Mhm.
And like just everything around the way a hockey team protects their goalie. Because in soccer they don't.
No, and
The-
they're actually they're looked at differently because they have a different jersey. They come
Right.
up second too.
Right.
Always. So there's
Right.
that.
Behind the captain.
Yes.
But I just think that's really like the way they treat the goalie. And then
And
Frank,
tapping the pads too. That
yeah,
goes
well,
into that.
tapping the pads. The fact that the goalie gets to have a different color helmet than everybody,
That's true.
it's like technically
That
a
is cool.
tradition.
Yeah.
The seat for the captain, I think, is a cool tradition.
C for the captain and the 2 A's is cool.
Mhm.
That's a good one. Frank says face washes. Like how we just legally you're allowed to punch somebody in the face after the
Yeah.
whistle. Like we're all cool with that.
I would say one is not disclosing injuries for fear of retaliation.
See, I
That's
hate
also
that.
true.
Yeah, I mean
I
that's
hate that
that's
one.
traditional though.
Another one was like your first game, like how they let them take a warm.
Yeah, the rookie lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Frank also says coming back onto the ice in the 3rd period with new jerseys
Yeah, I
on.
didn't see that comment. That was only in Mighty Ducks, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I'm just kind of scrolling through Instagram comments now. I
Also,
think that
a
was pretty
spoiler
much
for the
it.
TV series, by the way, just saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I didn't,
sure
I
it
didn't
is.
finish the TV series.
Oh, you'll love it. Yeah,
I'll get through that.
But yeah, I think it's just, and a lot of these, like the hat trick, the handshake line, the beards, who gets handed the Stanley Cup first
Yeah,
is
that's
always
a
this
big
really
one.
emotional moment.
Not touching the the conference title ones.
Or touching them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that.
It used to be not touching, but
Right.
recently a lot of teams have touched it.
Yeah. Thank you, Penguins. 09 Pens. But, like, all of it comes back to the bond and the code that hockey players share with each other. And I'm rocking my Violent Gentleman t-shirt today.
I do like it.
It's all about the code. It's all about, you know, that, like, unspoken rules of hockey. And just, it's a different sport. I think the only thing that's kind of like it is lacrosse, where, like, if you've played it at any level, you share a bond with that person because you played this really niche, wide, global sport.
Right.
It's just kind of like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I've been at golf outings and, like, rolled up and, like, I teed off and then I looked at these two guys and I was like, oh, fuck. And I said, oh, fuck, eh? And they just immediately were like, oh, hockey guy. Like, yeah. And they were also hockey guys.
Yeah,
so then they were like my best buds the rest of the week. I didn't know anybody at this thing, and they're like, oh, no, we're cool. Like, like that was who I was drinking with for the rest of the week.
It's like a safe zone.
It is.
It literally is a safe zone, yeah. That is something I can appreciate about hockey. It may not be in the, you know, as well regarded across the world or anything like that in terms of popularity or stuff like that. But it is truly a niche community that you can appreciate and you're able to kind of thrive with that. I wish the game was more popular than what it is, but I can't complain where it is right now.
It never will be.
I agree, but you would hope that at some point that it could help.
As soccer continues to get bigger in America, hockey is plummeting.
I agree.
Off of, you know, all that shit.
We're going to jump into ranking number 1 because this topic basically brings fans into the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a good one.
We're going to look at the best rivalries. And we're back.
It's really weird not hearing music or seeing anything.
Yeah,
I'm just like on an island. I'm like,
You can look
I
at the
think
screen
we're.
if you want. You want to flip it over?
Yeah.
I just realized, I'm just happy that this is going to be a week where I don't have to use the headphones at all for either shows I'm doing.
That is true. You don't.
Spoiler for Two Beers Deep on Thursday, in case you were curious about that. But
Yeah, we'll be making a big announcement about that tomorrow.
Oh, that's interesting.
yes, but continue about this. I'm intrigued to see what you got.
Well, rivalries. We all love them. Me and Greg kind of are a little rivalry.
It's never going to end either at this point. Nah.
Josh, you probably have rivalries with everybody.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
pretty much
In
everybody.
some way, there's something
Right.
that you have a rivalry with about them.
Except for Bo.
Yeah, for the
I
most
just
part,
love Bo.
I don't think we have any.
Like, even though he's like, oh, I'd stop you as a goalie in like a one-on-one shootout scenario, I'm like,
yeah.
if you did, I wouldn't even be mad. Yeah.
we probably hug after.
You just
Yeah.
you just respect them for at least like having the balls to say that to you.
He's the only other person that sits in that chair.
That's
all.
true.
That's all I'll say.
See, that's a good bond to have right there. I'll give you that.
Well, you want to start it off? We'll go with number 5. The Kings versus the Sharks.
Really?
So what I did with these is I took the Austin approach.
Oh
where
gosh.
I picked one team for one rivalry.
I thought we were going to escape.
Oh,
anything Austin
interesting.
So I didn't like. I know
So the
multiple
Pens,
teams-
you either pick the Flyers or the Caps.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
It's tougher to do that. The Kings and Sharks, I love watching these two teams play.
Okay.
They're in the same conference, so they battle it out every time. They've been in the same division since the Sharks came into the league
Yep.
in 1992. So they've been going at it a long time. In the playoffs, the games are fun to watch. In the mid 2000s, in like 2010, they played in playoffs. What was it? 4 times out of 6 years in the playoffs. So this is a heavy rivalry, in-state rivalry.
I would have expected LA Anaheim for some reason. I just because of the proximity. Based on that, I mean, I would have assumed just from that alone there might have been a natural feel for it. But is it more so just because of past games and past series played against each other that there's that natural hatred between them essentially?
I picked the Sharks and Kings because I feel like they are both competitive teams.
Okay.
So they're always going at it. They're always battling for the number 1 spot in the conference until
Until
So,
until
you
the
know,
Kings
they came around.
Kings entire board
Yeah.
decided to disintegrate at once. Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, they aged out.
That's true.
It wasn't necessary. They didn't choose to like piece out like the Flyers core did with Mike Richards and Jeff Carter. Actually,
Yeah.
that went to LA to win the cups.
Right.
But yeah, no, they aged out. So Vo, I have California Love at number 6, and I just have Sharks, Kings, Ducks 2010s.
Just yeah.
Like pick
Yeah.
any one
That
of
whole-
those
that
3
whole time
teams
period, yeah.
was awesome. The playoff series were always going to 7. They were physical. The Winter Classic with the Ducks and the Kings was awesome.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was a weird.
Yeah, but
too.
like if you want to say Sharks, Kings because they were better longer, I think that's fine, and they were better.
I kind of hate the Sharks too, so that's why I picked them.
Understandable. And like the Ducks were
Yeah.
like the big brothers of that trio for a long time. They were the only ones with cups. They had Korea Solani, they had Getzlaff Perry, they had Jiggy, they had all the good
Jiggy-
vibes, right?
Jiggy with it.
Na, na, na,
Right.
na, na, na.
And then like the Ducks and Kings kind of came up at the same time as
Mm.
like Thornton and Marlowe and all those guys got good. The Kings started to get kind of good too. They were going back and forth basically for the right to get your shit kicked in by Chicago in the conference
Central.
final.
Pretty much,
Yes.
yeah.
So,
yeah. They're like, who's the strongest this year? Who can try and take it?
Right.
Right.
So yeah, no, I think that's 5. I think that's absolutely appropriate.
Yeah, I mean the way that you're going the logic of deciding to take the more head approach, I respect it.
Yeah, we have to pay tribute to our ranking, even though he's not here.
I mean,
We don't have to, but I want to be nice.
I mean, yeah, all right, fine. He's on vacation. So
He's on
whatever.
vacation.
He's on vacation. Fuck him.
On our way to number 4, we have the Battle of Alberta.
Fuck yes.
All right.
Flames versus
Fuck.
the Oilers.
This I'm cool with, especially because I love the 2 uniform clashes
Oh,
against
yeah.
each other too.
Yeah.
It's badass too.
It is a good uniform game. You're absolutely right.
It's a great
The
uniform. game.
blue versus the orangish
Oh, yeah, I
red.
love
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
It's kind of bullshit that the Flames were not like an originally placed like franchise either.
Yeah.
Like this is a team that relocated from Atlanta that has failed twice with NHL franchises, so you would think they would have learned their lesson the first time. But yeah, I agree. In terms of the fact that it's the same province in Canada, Edmonton's got the rich history that they have with all their cup
Right.
teams.
Yep.
Calgary's never gotten to that measure. I don't think they've won a cup ever.
They
Like,
just been to. No, they do. They won one with Lanny McDonald,
okay.
and they've been to 3.
I know that the last
I
one.
believe.
I know
I'll
they.
look that up.
I
but
know they lost to the Lightning in 05.
Yeah,
I believe
yeah.
that was the little
that was
Cavalier-
Jiggy, or that was Iggy.
Okay.
Jiggy, Iggy.
Jiggy. J.S. Jaguar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is another one. It's fun to watch. Like recently, they've been going at it.
Yeah.
The past 2 seasons, at most, like I don't know how many fights have been in those games. There's been goalie fights. Mike Smith
Yeah.
was fighting. He was fighting his old team. Like,
Yes.
it's insane.
It's Pens and Flyers, but Canada.
Yeah.
And it goes way back, like to the foundation of the team. To like, all it takes is one fucking asshole,
Mhm.
not Kachuk, to like respawn that rivalry
Yeah.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And they did. They traded so many players back and forth the past couple of seasons. Lucic, Mike Smith, like
Yeah.
all those guys have been going back and forth. Talbot. And it just like fucking fuels that rivalry. And I was, as always, fucking spot on. 1 Stanley Cup, 3 appearances.
Wow.
What's up,
as
baby?
As always.
Well, when it comes to hockey,
You're big
Yeah.
hockey
And he
guy.
doesn't have to be the producer, so he's allowed to
Yeah,
like,
he can look
actually
this up. Yeah.
focus his mind on other stuff.
that's
Yeah.
true. I'm not like
You're in peace.
transition to the next graphic.
You're peaceful right now.
Right.
You got Brody next to you. You're
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
We should let Brody have a segment
We should.
at the end of the show,
We definitely
like
should.
kind of doing fact checks on everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
That would be hilarious.
he's
Yeah.
he's had a rough day, so I think he deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd like to prove us wrong.
And he's wearing a pizza bandana.
What more do you want?
Pretty cool.
But moving on to number 3,
Ooh.
this one is a more old school rivalry.
I like
Okay.
Kind of lost its feel over the years.
I like
Okay.
the name on it, by the way.
I don't want to spoil it so you see
Okay.
it. But we have the Colorado Avalanche versus the Detroit Red Wings.
This is
Wow.
3.
This is 3. It
Wow.
hasn't been recent. Like, growing up, yes, this was number 1 for sure.
The Red Wings have been shit for almost a decade, though, at this point, though, so I can kind of understand
I'm
that.
fucking chuffed. There's no way that's 3.
Well, wait, you'll see the next 2 and you'll
I
be
mean-
like, oh, this makes sense.
No, it's not. It can't be because it's what made hockey fucking cool.
I agree.
It's what propelled hockey
Yeah.
to even being on ESPN. It's what propelled hockey to being like a fucking cool video game that people wanted. Like NHL Hits, it was created because you wanted to see the
Yeah.
Wings and the fucking Avs beat the snot out of each other.
Yeah.
That was back then, though. I'm saying I tried to take a feel, like look at history, look at the present. and
Pretty smart.
This,
Yeah. You
right
got
in the
there
middle.
animated though.
It was number one. I did have it number one when I first made the list, and then
Right.
looked
It's
at it and
one.
was like,
It's one.
If this was the '90s though, I could understand it.
yeah.
The amount
How
of
many-
cup
they didn't play each other
implications.
anymore?
Like, hang on.
They rarely
Keep,
play.
go ahead. Explain it, and then I'm gonna fucking hit you with some facts.
I explained all I could.
I
Like
mean-
they don't really. The Red Wings aren't competitive anymore.
Nope. Beautiful,
I don't
beautiful
think they
building,
really
but
play any-
no good team.
They don't play each other that much anymore.
That's actually
Well, yeah, because they're in different conferences now. That I'll give you that. That kind of almost
So it loses its feel.
borderline killed it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like I do agree, it was one of the best rivalries, especially growing up. When we were kids, like I hated the Red Wings. I was an Avs fan. So
The Avs
I
would be-
hated the Stars. I hated the Red Wings. I was an Avs fan.
See, the Stars are a weird team to hate. I'm not sure about that, but the Avs, I agree. The Avs were kind of like that cool team that was rising up through the '90s that I think everyone kind of hitched their wagon to. Like
Yeah.
Sakic and Waugh in their own way, something like that. I mean, it does suck that they Quebec City lost their team because of this, but they went to a perfect location.
Oh
in
yeah,
that
for
idea.
sure. And they're starting to get back on the rise.
I thought you were gonna like correct me on.
No. I'm just gonna hit Bo over the head with a 2x4.
Okay, go ahead.
Here we go.
I enjoy that.
Hey,
From 19
the rankings watching.
Oh my
From
god.
1996 to 2002,
Okay.
the Western Conference Finals was Detroit versus Colorado 6 out of the 7 fucking years.
Okay.
And basically, whoever won the fucking cup.
That's fair.
So,
that was
like-
back then.
What are we fucking doing here, man?
This is his list, man. I'm just here to spectate.
You're just here to spectate.
By the way, Austin, you spelled Tawkey wrong. Just saying.
Oh.
I just fucking, oh man, Bo. Alright, go to 2
Go to
because
2.
I don't.
I
We'll
said
go to 2.
I'm having an out
It
of
might,
body.
it might kind of help you when I get to the next 2.
I'm having an
No.
out of body. I'm having an out of body experience when I know Ranking did something dumb on his stuff, and I'm seeing it play out in front of me with Josh reacting to you,
Screaming
and
about
I
it.
love it. I love
Alright.
it.
Oh, it's Osgood and Waugh fighting though. That's good. I just saw the graphics.
It's a great
Pumped
pick.
about that.
I mean, Patrick was my favorite goalie. So, like I said, I did have it in 1, and then I thought about it. Oh, yeah. Number 2. Number 2. We have the Flyers versus Penguins.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Mhm.
This has held up over the years.
Right.
I remember
Sure.
this game too. We were at Slip watching it. And
Is this the
Christian
shush? No. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
them screaming at each other.
I remember this scene too. It was crazy.
Look at Pierre in that picture, just staring at him. He's like, I'm afraid for my life.
He's
right
like,
now.
He really was.
I don't know what to do.
He's like, I can't wait to get to Ottawa and try to be a player development guy again because this is not working out for me.
He's
so
gonna get
much."
fired from that job too.
Yes, I agree.
I think the cool part about this rivalry is they've been in the same division since they both came into the league the same year.
Yeah.
Like literally, you know, the Penguins have had the really shitty beginning. The Flyers had the really great beginning where they were competitive immediately, competing for cups, winning cups, back-to-back cups, right? All of that was really, really positive for the Flyers. And then the table started to shift when we got this guy named Mario Lemieux,
Right.
who immediately changed the narrative. Then you go into the idea that 91 and 92's cup wins came largely on the back of a big trade with the Flyers,
Yeah.
right? And then you go even further into that, you have fucking Crosby shows up, the Flyers suck, we're kicking their shit in, we're playing them in the first round, we're beating them, all that good stuff. Then you have fucking the shush game, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then just to keep that rivalry even more fucking red hot, Talbot and Yager go to fucking Philly,
Yeah.
right? Just to further stoke those fucking flames. Oh man, yeah, I
And
mean,
now Ron Hextall is a general manager. of the
literally, like we have the most incestuous relationship with our rival.
Yeah.
In like NHL history, like you don't see the Bruins and Habs trading players. Zendo Chara didn't go become a Montreal Canadian. You
No.
know what I mean?
No.
Like it's just this really like insane like fucking each other
Yeah.
but also hating each other
It's
kind
only-
of thing.
And like Hextall, like he's one of the goalies that would fight all the time.
I mean, Ron
And it's
Hextall
like-
chasing Robbie Brown is
Right.
one of the
Yeah,
most
and
iconic
it's like
moments
he's our
for both
general
teams.
manager now. Like, how did this happen?
It's a fun dichotomy when you think about it, because the Pens for the last, like, I want to say 20, 30 years have kind of been considered, you know, the Hollywood type, you know, that
Yeah.
sexy franchise that everyone wants to root for.
Yeah,
because
we're the
stars
pretty
are
boys
there.
of the two
We're
of
the
them.
pretty boys,
Yeah.
and the Flyers are like that grimy, like, down and dirty type, like,
Yeah.
underground band that you want to root for, but if they ever get big, it's like, whatever.
Did you ever realize that players go to Philly and they're like, they look normal, they're fine, and then they turn into like gritties?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they turn into ginger beards, like long.
They all
ginger
start
hair,
growing their
like-
hair out.
It's like insane. Like
Yeah.
it happens to everybody.
And I think the fun part is this rivalry isn't just Penguins Flyers. It goes deep into the fucking amateur hockey levels
Yeah,
too.
you're true,
where
you're
like
accurate, yeah.
when you fucking go, like if you're from the Pittsburgh area and you go play in a tournament in Philly, like you're the pretty team. Like
Yeah.
you're the fancy team. You're making the extra pass. Like you're trying to ding ding score goals, and they hit so fucking hard. I've been hit by Canadians. I've been hit by fucking like a Russian kid. Like I've been hit a million different ways from different states. Everything.
Yeah. The Canadian at least
The
apologized
Canadian
to
or the fucking the
Yeah,
Philadelphia
apologize after.
amateur hockey players hit harder than anybody else.
Yeah, they're trying to take control of the state, basically.
Right.
That's what it is.
That's so funny that it spreads down to their
Oh,
actual
dude,
news
yeah.
programs about how their styles of play. That's hilarious.
I mean, it really like kids from Philly are fucking gritty. Like they all except for Johnny Gaudreau. He was like should have been a Penguins kid. But like think about like okay, Brandon Saad, Ryan Malone. You know what I mean? Like these really high performing goal scorers, and then you look on their side and it's like fucking oh shit. I had it on top of my head.
I honestly can't
Okay,
think of guys
yeah,
from Philadelphia,
yeah.
honestly.
I'll look it up. Keep going.
Wasn't, God, isn't, no, I was going to say ZAR, but he's from Long Island, so I got that mixed up.
Long Island.
We had a guy that was from Philadelphia.
R.J. Umberger.
Oh,
wait, no, he's ours.
Tangradi is from Philly.
Tangradi. Oh,
Jay
Jesus
Caulfield.
fucking Christ. Jay Caulfield.
Don't get him started on Eric Tangradi. That's like his
I'm a
ride or
big
die.
Grady fan. I should have known that. Without
Jay
looking at it.
Caulfield, Tom Brennan, whoever the fuck that is. Wow, they really don't have that many. Oh, dunked on him again.
Wow.
How about that?
You would have think.
You ever heard of fucking Josh Gibson or John Gibson?
John
What's
Gibson.
up, bro?
Yeah.
Brandon Saad much? 3 cups, bitch? What's
No.
up?
You'd think that of all the history of the Flyers, that you would think they'd produce like better talent, wouldn't you?
Everyone moves here.
That's very
I
true.
think part of it is not a lot of them are actually from Philly.
That's true.
Like Johnny Gaudreau should be on this list, but he's not,
Okay.
kind of thing. So,
They're embarrassed.
well, yeah. If I put Eastern
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania,
That's
There you
technically
go.
it. If you put Eastern PA, that counts as Flyers. And
All right,
play.
Josh, we're gonna move on to number
Go
one.
for it.
Let's see if you can guess who I have as number one.
I have Bruins and Canadians.
You would be correct.
Nice.
So, like I said, this has held up through time. Like
Yeah.
the original teams, they battle it out. It looks like there's like dead bodies laying on the ice every game. Like,
Yeah.
they're just insane.
Makes
Cross
sense.
checks to the face. This has held up over time. That's why the Red Wings and Avalanche wasn't my number one.
I can, like they're on my list as well. Like they were 5 for me. So my
5?
appreciation. Well, okay. I have Penn's caps as well.
Okay.
So like, that's a big part of it. But like, I think, yeah, and this just like the Battle of Alberta, all it takes is one fucking Zendo Chara trying to kill Max Pacioretty
Yeah.
to like stoke those flames right back up,
Yeah.
or one good playoff series, or any of that stuff. Like everybody was hoping for Habs and Bruins at one point this year with the mixed up teams and
Right.
stuff. Yeah, no, I mean Habs and Bruins is literally as old as the NHL. So
Yeah. I mean, honorable mentions if we want to get into that.
Yes.
One.
Yeah.
Detroit, Chicago.
interesting one.
I feel like that has to go in there.
I would say St. Louis, Chicago.
St. Louis,
It's
Chicago.
also a good one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, you would think there has to be something with like Rangers and Islanders and stuff, but even then, it's not even.
They're
like
not
that.
good at the same times.
Yeah.
Like if you
Yeah,
literally
that's
look
what
at
it
them,
is,
they
yeah.
take turns being good.
Right. Like if I'm thinking of other ones too, like Maple Leafs Canadians, perhaps. Maple Leafs Bruins, if you want to go in that one too.
That's kind of a newer one, and that one isn't a rivalry because it's just the Bruins kicking the shit out of fucking Toronto.
I was gonna say Toronto Canadians, but like I said, I wanted to pick one team.
Yeah. No, Bruins are the bigger rivals.
Yeah.
The one that's not on here, and this is just a me thing, is Oilers and Stars in the early 2000s.
Okay.
So
yeah, I can get with that. Yeah.
The Oilers are like a playoff team every year, and the Stars are a super team. You've got Madonna, Hall, Zubov, Eddie, the Eagles in net, Darian Hatcher. Like they're stacked to the gills, right? Letting in all those guys. And the Oilers are like good enough to make the playoffs as the 8 seed, and they keep running into the buzzsaw Stars as the 1 seed.
Yeah.
And those series always went 7, and there was a fighting major a night, if not more, in those series because they just beat the tar out of each other.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have Hatcher playing, there's definitely going to be a fighting major.
Well, and then they keep in mind the Oilers trade for Chris Pronger.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And that just because now it's starting to shift. The Oilers are getting better as they're headed towards their cup run in 2004. Yes.
Yeah.
No. Later. Anyway, they're on their cup run, and you start to see the pendulum shift, and the Stars are starting to suck. And this like fucking battle between these two, they almost traded places immediately, and it was really cool to watch over like a 5, 6, 7 year time span. Those two teams in the playoffs was gold.
Yeah, I can't think of too many other honorable mentions.
Pens, Caps.
Pens, Caps, yeah.
Lightning, Panthers, if you want to go in-state.
That's getting fun now, though.
Yeah.
That hasn't been fun in the past. That's now getting fun.
It's a new rivalry.
Yeah.
Right. That series was electric.
It's a little annoying, too, because there's certain clubs that I feel like should have a big rivalry, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. Like, I feel like the Jets should have one, and I can't think of one off the top of my head. I feel like the Canucks should have one, and I don't have one off the top of my head.
It was Jets and North Stars.
It was. That's true. It was.
And the Jets and the Wild have both just been like, eh. So like, whatever.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of good that Seattle got the Kraken, because I feel like they're going to organically at some point do a Canucks-Kraken rivalry at some point, just based on the geographic location. But
I was going to say Winnipeg and Seattle.
Winnipeg and Seattle would be good too, yeah.
I think, well, and then I guess we should just put Vegas versus the league.
That's true.
Like, everybody wanted them to be bad, and Vegas is like, fuck you, we're good.
No, yeah.
As a preview, we for the next one, Vo has most hated players. I just want to throw Vegas out there as the biggest villain in the league, especially after trading Marc-Andre Fleury.
George
like,
McPhee.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like, as if the Caps, because the Caps were when McPhee was in charge of them, and now it's like,
we got our guy.
I love that.
Moving on to Radical Ranking 2. And like Josh said, we're talking about the most hated NHL players, and Vegas is not on my list.
That would have been funny as hell.
Just collectively.
Just
the
the
most
whole
hated.
Vegas team.
I appreciate the way you approach this too, by going with like everyone in the league and not just guys that you specifically.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I can appreciate that because I feel like if we went in that route, it's going to be skewed into a lot of different ways. But it's definitely like if you take a whole like league wide approach, you could definitely tell when certain guys
are hated for
hated
sure.
so much. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Josh will agree with most of these. There might be a couple who doesn't.
I think what's going to end up happening is recency biased. Would be my guess.
Well, these are current NHL players.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't get that memo.
Yeah, I might not have told you that.
Okay,
that's
cool.
What I was going towards current NHL players.
Okay, cool. Well, then I'll bring up my legacy picks later.
By all means.
Or do you want me to do legacy picks now?
Go ahead. Do
Okay.
it now. Yeah.
Chris Pronger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was a no-brainer. But Pronger, kind of like somebody that I think is going to be on this list. Part of it was that he was dirty and physical, but also part of it was he's just so fucking good.
I mean, the one off the top of my head that I could probably think of is Billy Smith.
Billy Smith's an interesting one. I don't know how many people hated Billy Smith as much as they're just like, that guy's fucking nuts.
I was gonna say,
I know that was
stop
part of the
skating.
reason. Though.
If you listen to him on Spittin' Chicklets, he's a loony. He's a loon.
Loony.
It's crazy.
I was gonna say Scott Stevens.
Scott Stevens, again, I
Right.
think isn't that pronger. He's like, he's dirty, but he's also like, what the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Todd Bertuzzi,
Yeah.
after
Oh,
the sucker
yeah.
punch
Yeah.
heard around the world,
Yep.
he became a villain. He was another guy that was really physical, but also really good, and then immediately became a villain after the sucker punch.
Bertuzzi was the last time I think I ever saw hockey on like the nightly news or something. when
Sure.
thing
Yeah, that
happened.
was bad.
Yeah, that's how bad it was.
He played in Pittsburgh. We loved him when he was here, but Cookie Monster, Matt Cook,
Oh, Cook was an
Oh, yeah.
asshole. Cook was an asshole.
had to. I mean,
Yeah.
he ended one player's career, tried to end another's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Foreigner has a good pick. He said Chris Simon,
Chris Simon's a good
and he
pull.
also said that I'm the most hated beer league player, which
It's very accurate
I
on that
believe
one.
that.
Yeah, I
could,
believe it.
be.
Marty McSorley.
Oh yeah.
And Marty McSorley was like, if you even blinked at Gretzky, you had to deal with McSorley. And then when they trade Gretzky to fucking LA, you're like, okay, McSorley's gone. And then they trade McSorley to LA, and
And
then
you're like,
motherfucker.
oh, no.
So like that guy literally was just like his fucking bodyguard his entire career. And
Oh
like,
no, that was Gretzky when he got there. He's like, "You need my guy."
Right.
Yeah.
I have Dale Hunter,
Okay.
who in the 90s and as a Capital was like, they had so many great players. They had Gonchar, they had Peter Bondra, they had like Olaf Kolzig. They had
Yeah.
so many great talent, and then Dale Hunter was just in the center of them and was a fucking weapon. He was so fucking dirty, but then also scored like 30 goals a year. Like, what the fuck? Like, we don't. Tom Wilson's that guy now,
Yeah.
but Dale Hunter was exorbitantly more talented than Tom Wilson ever will be.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, fucking. Oh, God. I can't even. If Brian Rust
Okay.
slashed people.
That's a wow. Okay.
Like,
Would
he
be a
had
deadly
speed,
player.
he had size, he could hit. I mean, he was everything. And then, obviously, since we're not doing. So, we're only doing
We're
current
only
players.
Yeah.
There's literally a rule called the Avery rule.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Sean Avery, like,
He's in front
has
of
to be,
Brodeur.
right.
Sean Avery's
Has
also
to be
like
on
a
that list.
weird dude in general because he's a dirty motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he also has like a weird thing with fashion where he was known as like the fashion guy of the
Right.
NHL.
And he yells at people in his bike lanes. Have you ever seen those videos?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
They're amazing.
I'm like, he's like, he's got a lot going on there, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll get into the current NHL players.
Yeah, I'm really interested. So let's see who 5 is.
5, like I said, these aren't personal picks.
Right.
This is an overall look at the league. So I would pick Sidney Crosby as number 5.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think as much as we all love the Penguins, we are at least like have the awareness to admit that he's probably
He's
not.
hated.
Yeah,
you
he's
hate people who are better than you.
right.
Basically.
Yeah, like I can see from other fan bases' perspective where I'm like, I respect the guy, but fuck him.
Well, he never
so
shuts up.
Yeah.
Like, he's constantly running his mouth to the ref, to the other team. Like, he talks more than, like, Marchand does,
Yeah.
or, like, any of the other guys that are going to be on this list. He talks more than all of them.
Which you wouldn't expect from him. If you're just a Pens fan, you probably don't even notice it at first, but after a while, it's kind of like, yeah, you know what? He's really talkative on that, too.
Well, unlike a guy who should have been on the legacy pick, Scotty Hartnell.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah. How do we
I
forget Hartnell?
forgot
There's,
about him.
but there's the clip where, like, Sid is like, Hartnell slashes him, Sid slashes back, and Hartnell's like, you hit me from behind. He goes, I don't even hit. When we
Yeah,
all
yeah,
know
he-
Sidney
yeah.
Crosby fucking lays the wood when
Yeah.
he hits.
Yeah.
Um,
But he also he's the best player out there, so he's getting like 3 guys on him, whacking
Right.
him and everything. So
Right.
of course he's gonna get a little mad out there.
right.
Like,
Well, and
it
think
makes
about-
sense why he
He'll get
retaliates.
heated, yeah, I get
But,
it.
like, think about this, okay? The PK Subban incident behind the net in the 16 Cup final.
Yeah.
He was smearing the man's face into the fucking ice.
Mhm.
The only other person I've seen do something that badass is when Shea Weber, the first year Nashville made the playoffs, literally grabbed the back of a guy's head and smashed it off the glass like a WWE event.
Yeah. so-
That I've never seen, but I feel like I
Oh,
need
it's
to.
a great clip.
I feel like I need to.
Crosby at 5 is a no-brainer, Bill.
Yeah. Thank you. Number 4, we have Josh's favorite, Matthew Kachuk. And
My fucking
like,
guy.
So most of these guys on this list, I love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I know it's most hated players, but like I love watching these guys.
Right.
Like, this is how I play, basically.
Yeah.
When the rumors started circulating that we were gonna get Matt Kachuk, even if it was for a year, I
Yeah.
custom did the jersey in my cart and was ready to pull the trigger.
You're like, I'll buy it right now.
This is my guy. Because his dad was so awesome
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like
He
watching
was.
Keith Kachuk growing up and him being an American and being very good and physical and fun to watch, like he's awesome. And then like Brady Kachuk, his brother, is no fucking walk in the park either.
No.
He's a little bitch. Like you know what I mean? Like the whole Kachuk family. I think I wrote an article a couple of years ago that said thank you, Keith Kachuk, for your sons. Like
I
that
feel
was,
like, yeah, I remember reading that one.
yeah. No,
I'm
the
trying to
fucking
remember,
Matt
like-
Kachuk's the best.
I'm trying to remember because I'm pretty sure when Matt Kachuk got drafted, it was part of the year where like all those kids from the St. Louis Blues like youth organization
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
drafted.
yeah.
Wasn't Keith like their head coach or something like the
Oh,
youth
yeah.
development guy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
And,
pretty
like-
badass
like-
that he was a part of that.
Brett Hall was on the bench too. Like, I mean,
Oh my
basically,
God.
like all the old Blues players just hang out in
They
St.
just-
Louis.
They just coach a little kid hockey.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
you get hammered.
What else are you gonna do? Right. But no, Matthew Kachuk is a great pull. I think what makes it so cool too is that he's an American that's thriving in a hockey-rich area in Alberta, and
Yeah.
like he's being like celebrated for it too, which is pretty badass. And I wish it was appreciated more. in the
And he's
States.
their best, like,
He can
objectively
score,
their best
too.
player.
Yeah.
Right. No, I
He's a
agree.
goal scorer.
Right. Which is, I mean, that's the way his dad was too. But also, the only person to ever fucking put Lucic on his ass.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, that's
dummied
nice.
him coming around that
Yeah.
man.
Fact.
Dummied him. Anyway,
He's one of my favorites in the league right now.
absolutely.
No,
Great
no,
pick.
no.
Great pick at 4.
Brady plays for Ottawa, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brady's Ottawa.
At 3, this one might be a little shock. I know other teams hate him. He's been suspended a couple times. It's Nazem Kadri.
Kadri's a fucking joke.
Interesting.
Kadri's a fucking joke.
Why is Kadri a fucking joke?
Oh,
That's
just
a quote from
that's
Sidney
a quote from
Crosby.
Sid.
Oh, is that what
Yeah,
it is?
he's like-
Kadri's a
he's
fucking
like,
joke?
He acted like he got shot out there.
Yeah, it was during lead up to I think it was Leafs and Red Wings on the Winter Classic
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
HBO caught it and like Crosby just kept screaming to the ref. He kept saying like one of their teammates on the Maple Leafs, Kadri's a fucking joke.
He was talking
just
to Pernod.
repeatedly.
He was talking to Dion Pernod.
Just repeatedly. It was great.
I gotta tell you,
You like him?
I love him.
I-
I hate that he can't stay in a playoff series.
Yeah.
That he can't fucking make it through a playoff series because he's so effective. But I mean, the guy is amazing two-way center, plays the game with an edge, can put up 25 to 30 goals a year. He can play with top talent. He can drop down in your lineup. He can fucking get in a fight. And, like, he's Gordie Howe reincarnate.
Right.
It's just that you can't be Gordie Howe in 2021.
Well, that's why these guys are on the most hated list, because not only are they like dirty players, goons, they can score. They're good with the stick. They have speed. They have everything.
Do you know who he is? He modern day Ryan Kessler.
I can
Okay.
see that.
He's big, physical. Like I love Kadri. But yeah, I mean, getting kicked out of 3 of your last 4 playoff series.
Not a good look.
Not a good guy. Not winning the Lady Bing. It's
That's why other teams probably hate the guy.
Yeah,
Other fans
yeah.
hate the guy. But he's not in the top 2.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Who's your lead for
These
number 2?
these two.
I think I
these two
think I
could
know who
flip-flop.
1 and 2 are.
Yeah, I think you do too.
Yeah.
So I went with Tom Wilson
Wow.
at number 2.
At 2?
At 2.
That surprises
Interesting.
me.
I
thought
mean,
for sure he would be your one.
They could flip flop.
Okay.
they could flip flop depending on who you are affiliated with. If you're a Penguins fan, Wilson's 1.
Yeah.
If you're a Habs fan, the other guy is 1. You know what I mean?
Like, see, you know where I'm going
yeah.
with this one.
Or if Toronto or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Wilson, it sucks because if he would just stop hitting people dirty, he would be one of the greatest players in the league right now.
I agree.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
could score 40 goals. Just watched him do it. And like,
He can play physical and score. He's just
right.
takes it one step further.
I wonder if the mental thing about having Ovechkin playing with him, like, kind of deters him from having to take that next step of being a guy that is relied upon so much, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's classic case of the wires cross, right? So I don't know if in baseball this happens as much, but like in hockey, and football, it's just so physical that like sometimes you've just had enough. Or sometimes something happens to you and you just like, for a minute, like literally, Biz Nasty was the first one that ever said it, and I was like, that's the most perfect example. Yeah. It's like all of a sudden, like you're just like doing this, something jostles you and the wires cross and it's on.
Yeah.
And you don't even remember.
Out. Yeah, you basically black out.
Right. You don't even remember, like, you lose control and you just fucking do something really dumb.
That's Tom Wilson for you.
Every time I watch Tom Wilson do something dumb, because you see the wires cross right before he does it.
Yeah.
You're literally like, fuck, here it comes. Like, you can see it. Yeah. So Tom Wilson at 2, okay. That's fine.
Because number 1, we have Brad Marchand.
Little fucker.
But like I said, like people call him the rat for a reason.
I know.
Like he's a pest out there.
He's an ugly motherfucker too. I'm sorry.
He's an amazing.
Christ,
he's an amazing player.
Yeah.
I would love to have him on our team, but like I know he pisses people off out there.
Yes.
Like it's a given.
So Sidney Crosby was considered one of the best players, the best player in the world for 10 years, right?
Right.
But there's only one guy on this list who can bait the penalty in overtime to get the power play and then score the game winner, and it's fucking Brad Marchand.
Yeah. He does it all.
He has such a fucking flair for the dramatic, the spotlight, and he's a Bruin. The only better place for him would be Philadelphia.
No.
Like
No,
we don't want
God
that.
help
He's
us.
just like he's so
us.
fucking awesome, and like if he was on any other team but the Bruins or the Flyers, I would just be laughing. He licks people.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what
That's
a fucking thing to do. He kissed somebody before and shit. Like, oh my god.
I give him respect. He fucks with people mentally.
Yeah.
He really
So,
does.
but like,
he'll probably like give you the little stick lift or whack behind the legs. Like he's that guy.
Well, and the clip of him stepping on the guy's stick and breaking it off the draw.
Yeah.
I would have never even thought to do that, and I was a pretty good agitator in my day. So fucking smart. Like, he just stepped right on the part where it breaks, and the guy's like, what? Like, what do you even do there? You have to get off, you're gonna get a stick off the draw?
Do you think he practices ideas on how to fuck with people? I bet you he does.
I bet he goes down to Charleston, Mass, and he just watches what they're doing out there on the fucking street hockey. And he just goes, I write that down.
Take notes, yeah.
I would also bet
Australian.
I would also bet
Australian.
He strikes me as someone too that for an upcoming game he probably like looks into like guys that he knows he can fuck with too.
Oh yeah,
he knows that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Josh, but when I play teams, I'm like, oh, I know this guy gets mad easy. Like,
yeah.
Well, give him a little stick lift or something like that.
I think he's not, but from what I understand, he's at least. It's all hockey related. Yeah. There's some guys that didn't make this list, like Drew Doughty, who like go way too far.
Yeah,
like
every time he's mic'd up, it's hilarious.
Oh my! Well, I mean, my favorite. Who are you?
Yeah.
No, like seriously, turn around. Who are you? I don't know who you are.
He's like, buddy, you suck at hockey. Like, who are you?
Buddy, you suck at hockey. He's also gotten a little bit too close to the vest with like people's wives and shit.
Yeah.
Like, Evander Kane.
Yeah.
And now, like, so Evander Kane, I don't know how up to date you are.
I heard about the thing, yeah.
Okay, so Evander Kane's ex-wife, estranged wife, whatever, accused him of gambling on hockey in games he was active in.
Oh, I thought they were like still together because he's pregnant. Because she's pregnant.
He's pregnant.
She's pregnant. I know.
He's gonna be pregnant.
Yeah.
So basically, like, NHL's like, what the fuck? Super crazy. Like, he's suspended indefinitely till they can figure out whether or not he was betting on games. But he has gotten to the point, he's on his 7th team in as many years or something like that. And the Sharks organization are like, we just don't want him back.
Yeah.
Like, the Sharks like
his teammates don't want him back.
Yeah, they're like, no, like, please do not let this guy come back.
Right.
Like, that's pretty fucking rough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it's something along the lines of like where like an ex is getting back at him or something like that. But being accused of betting on your own games, though, that's like, that's some serious shit.
Well, and the team that still has the legacy of Joe Thornton and Pavelski and Marlowe and these guys that are held as like this higher echelon of hockey player. These guys that like uphold the code and like they're classy and you know that kind of thing. And it sucks because he's one of the only black players in the league that this is like. It looks really bad that he's kind of like trashy, but like that's essentially what it is.
Right.
So yeah, I think you got them all, bud.
I was gonna throw Ryan Reeves on there, but
I don't think everybody hates Revo. I think they just wish he was on his team.
Yeah.
I mean, I hated trading a first-round pick for him.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
but
And then giving him up for basically
nothing. Yeah, but I digress on that one.
But yeah, so I think pretty good list.
Yeah, I think we're spot on.
No, I can appreciate the fact that you decided to take like the big world,
take a step
world
back.
approach. Yeah, exactly.
It's
respect.
Had to do it. Tonight we're gonna do the great debate. And tonight's great debate, we're gonna have create your own NHL expansion team.
Yes.
So this should be
I'm
a fun
excited
one.
for this. Yeah.
So how
Forager, you know what to do.
Yeah, how are we gonna do this?
We'll just go one by one.
Okay, one by one. All right, Greg, you go first.
Forager usually picks
Forager.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Forager.
Yeah.
Other Josh, go ahead and
The
do
other
that.
Josh, the other Josh.
Other
Yeah.
Josh. Maybe I'm other Josh.
It's
I don't even
proper
know
participation on our part. And we like
I'm
to
so
have,
sorry.
It's okay. We like to have him as part of the show. But yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I think there's a lot of different avenues we can go in this to try to figure it out. I'm glad in the text you sent earlier, by the way, was to like kind of stay away from like the obvious ones like Quebec City.
Yeah, we're trying to create our own.
Yeah, and yeah. all
Yeah,
that fun
so
stuff.
if somebody goes to Hartford, you don't all of a sudden have the Orcas, and your colors are gray and green instead of green and gray, or you know whatever. But I mean, we would all just pick the fucking Whalers to come
Right.
back. Like,
Oh,
that's
for sure, yeah.
So Foreigner says vote Josh Craig.
Huh. Oh, sorry for you, bud.
Eh,
That's
I'd
a
rather
tough
go
cleanup.
last. I hate going first.
Too bad, bitch.
that's- what do you got, bud?
So I think the state of Wisconsin needs.
No! You're such a clown! You're such a clown! You did that on purpose! You're the most hated guy in this fucking league!
No!
Bud!
I forgot you love Wisconsin.
How can you forget it's on the
I
fucking
forgot
wall
it. I
behind
forgot
you?
it. But I'm not going Milwaukee.
Who do you got?
I'm going Green Bay.
Oh my god.
Dude, fucking suck a dick. My whole fucking team is in the fucking garbage can now. You're a
All right,
fucking
I'll
ass.
pick a different city.
No,
No,
go ahead, clown show.
no,
Go ahead. I'm gonna
no,
come
no,
up with
no,
a better
no,
one
no,
right now.
No, let it
Fucking
go.
go ahead.
Go.
Milwaukee, fucking Green Bay. Go ahead.
Go
Look,
ahead.
Brody's pissed.
Yeah.
Pissed off the dog.
You woke
Pissed him
up.
off.
You woke up,
God
Brody.
damn it, Bo.
You woke
All
up,
right.
Brody. His tongue's
I know,
not
I
as
know,
wagging
I
as
know,
much
I know,
now.
I know.
So
Blame Bo. Blame Bo. That's why we're
God
yelling.
damn it.
So
Alright. Go ahead.
I don't remember what I had.
You got Green Bay.
Green Bay, because hockey needs to be in
I'm gonna
Wisconsin.
fucking punch you in the nuts.
He's so mad. I honestly didn't even think about that.
I mean, I'm slightly mad too because I actually did have a really good idea for Milwaukee, but
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna
also had Milwaukee?
But I'm gonna let you go because I got another one. I got
Did
another
all of
one.
us have Milwaukee?
Milwaukee seemed like an obvious one.
Yeah.
I think so.
They
I
did
think
seem
you're
like an
right.
obvious
I think you're
one.
right. All right, cool.
Yeah. Green Bay. I didn't even have a.
Did you even think this through, or did you
I
just
did
come in to
not.
fuck me
I
over?
did.
You're a
Oh
bitch.
wow.
Now we're gonna go Green Bay Bobcats.
You're such a. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Was
I
that
feel
your
like
team name?
we should all just
Was that your
because
team name?
no.
No.
We should all just do our Milwaukee teams anyway because it's all for like it goes online, right, with the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
let's just all do Milwaukee or Wisconsin City, whatever
That'd be
one
fun.
you want.
Okay,
All right,
yeah.
okay. Go ahead, go on.
All right. So I'm doing the Green Bay
Bobcats.
Okay.
Colors are gonna be green and yellow.
Oh,
Like, we need another
fucking cat team in hockey.
Cat teams don't offend anybody, so
Yeah.
so that's a solid pick.
Okay.
Mascot, obviously gonna be a bobcat named Bobby.
It's so bad. Like, I'm embarrassed for him how
Jesus
bad it is.
Christ.
He came in with the right fucking, like, idea of location and then pissed
He
away the
kinda
whole
threw
thing.
me off after you got so
Heated?
mad over there. All right.
Grow up.
Sass, you're up, bud.
Okay, so I have like a split thing, but I think I'm gonna go with my original idea. So Milwaukee.
Okay.
Okay, you got the Brewers. You add them. I'm missing. Oh, the Bucks. Right. So you're good. Duh. Right. I'm going with the Plowmen.
Plowman.
So no S.
Okay.
Okay, so it's just the Plowmen.
Okay.
Right.
Like plowman.
Plowmen. Okay. The mascot or the logo is a cow farming, pushing a plow.
That's cool. Okay.
That's not cool at all.
Yeah, it's like the Bulls, but like
Okay.
he's like a ripped farmer. You know what I mean? He's like got muscles and shit.
What's the color you're looking for?
Burgundy and gold.
Okay, I do like the color.
So the gold, right? The Bucks are yellow and green. The Brewers are blue and yellow.
Yep.
The Green Bay Packers are green and yellow.
Mhm.
Unites everybody. The burgundy is from the University of Wisconsin. Boom.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fair. So mine is also Milwaukee, obviously.
That's hilarious that we all came up with
It was
that.
such an
I think it's a
Honestly, I
no-brainer.
was thinking Milwaukee. Well, first I was thinking Madison. And I was like, no.
No,
like,
it's a
no team
college
would be
town.
from-
Yeah, you can't put a.
Here's the thing. I think it's fair to say that we all just kind of believe that Milwaukee is just a perfect location for a hockey club. They have an AHL team. They have the Admirals.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't even know who they're affiliated with. I think Minnesota, perhaps. But
No, they're a Southern team, aren't they?
Oh, really?
Oh, they're Nashville. They're Nashville.
Oh,
Nashville
okay.
now?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just assumed that, like, just based on the location, based on the fact that Wisconsin is also a big hockey state, not as big as Minnesota, obviously, but I would still say big. That you would think they would have
Yeah,
an NHL team. So it's just obvious for me. So this one, I originally was going to do something lame and do the Millers, because I just thought that was dumb. But I'm going to go with a little bit more of a history one, with 48ers.
Interesting.
Because, and I looked this up, so in 1848, that's when German settlers went to Milwaukee essentially to evade persecution in Germany. So the logo is going to be two Germans together, one with a 4, one with an 8, and they're sharing a beer together.
Kind of like the old Twins logo.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
pretty sweet.
Exactly.
That's a really interesting, like, I don't know that you could do that in 2021,
But
the classicness of it is really cool.
mhm,
I
I was
do like
thinking
that.
more of a legacy type thing. With
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
absolutely.
And I'm assuming like you could probably create something maybe more like, you know, newer edge, like obviously go with like a big 4-8 if you want to like
Yeah.
49ers or something like that. But I'm thinking more, I was going more for classic type with that. And then the colors, I want to actually try to like maintain some connection with the
Mhm.
city. So I'm going to take colors from both the Brewers and the Bucks. I'm going to take green and I'm going to take blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's no green and blue teams in the NHL.
Vancouver.
Well, I mean,
Vancouver though is blue and then they sprinkle in green, not like that it's 1-2.
yeah. And white is kind of like the predominant thing for them, I feel like, as well. So I think this will go.
Well, yeah, and Vancouver can't pick a color scheme. They were black, red, and
Yeah,
yellow.
and they always switch. They like
Right.
to change.
Great.
Right. Do you guys want to hear my alternative?
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, the Milwaukee Reaper.
Okay.
That's cool.
So you like the singular.
I like the
words.
single.
Not plural.
And I wanted it to be like farm based because Milwaukee or with the state of Wisconsin, big farm state, you know, produces a lot of crops, that kind of stuff. So Reaper, they'd be black and white, obviously, and we'll just put for the mascot a cow and a Grim Reaper outfit.
I love you wanting to put a cow on the logo.
I want a cow.
Cows are
Cow
awesome.
in some way,
You
shape,
want
or
the
form.
cow,
Yeah. Cows provide great things that are dairy, so
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
Wisconsin.
I was also thinking about a Portland one as well, but
Portland,
I
yeah.
couldn't figure out a good team name to go with it. That would have been also like maybe hockey related.
Winter Hawks.
Yeah, but still, that's kind of. I was thinking more of like on the P variety. So I just think it rolled off the tongue better.
And as like a sports fan, I like that Portland only has basketball.
That's true. Although the Portland Thorns, I feel like also roll off the tongue really well, so that's pretty cool.
All right, you're an idiot, Bill.
You're mad.
That's so
hilarious. That's hilarious. We're all pretty, like Milwaukee.
Although in fairness, like if you would have had someone else and then he would have done Milwaukee, it would have been
that's true.
Yeah.
It's just I got lucky because I was 1st. It's basically what happened.
No, but yeah, I mean it's big college hockey place.
Yeah.
It's right next to Illinois and the Hawks, and then on the other side you got the Wild. Creates a lot of national rivalries. Winnipeg is above them. Like I mean, you do so much stuff with them.
Yeah,
but,
maybe it does make sense why they don't have a team, just because they have everyone around them.
They kind of do. Kind of like Ohio, never really needed a team because like you're either Pennsylvania or Michigan, pretty much.
Explains why Ohio has nothing but a giant highway drive.
I feel like the Northeast would be good to have a team also, like Vermont or like something like Maine.
Are
Portland,
there enough
Maine.
people up there?
Oh yeah, there's some people up there. Yeah,
They need some team up there. There's nothing.
Yeah, but like, okay, so like. The Portland, Maine Bearcats play at 7 o'clock in the middle of a fucking blizzard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, what is everybody going to the game that night? Are they gonna need to get their fucking like snow skis out and shit and like go fucking?
And that could be anywhere.
Yeah,
It could be Buffalo.
I mean, there's.
Well, it is Buffalo. Yeah, that's a good point.
It's true.
That's a good point.
All right, we're gonna take a quick commercial break and then come back with the official rank.
Hi, I'm Josh. I like pizza. Do you like pizza?
When the moon hits your eyes like a big pizza pie.
We've let it coagulate. Show Greg, king of coagulation there.
Coagulation is key.
Ooh.
Homemade Greek ranch.
Do you like watching people eat pizza? Help me, because I'm on the quest to find the best pizza in Pittsburgh.
Hand-forged pizza. Bit of Vici. That's amore.
Make sure you're sending in your recommendations for the best pizza in Pittsburgh, because I'm going to go, I'm going to try it, I'm going to hold it to my standards.
It's the aftertaste is the barf. It's where the barf comes
Oh,
in.
yeah. I agree. It's bomb pizza.
Can your favorite pizza place pass the test? Find out.
And we're back for Hockey Talk and the ranking score.
Oh,
So,
I'm nervous about
who's
this.
nervous about this one?
Because you said that this is your top 10,
This is my top 10.
not objectively the top 10 hockey movies.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is gonna be very interesting.
Now, keeping in mind too, like theatrical releases, not MVP Most Valuable Primate
Goddamn, I was
or
really
like
hoping you were going to do that, Paul.
You know,
actually.
like-
I was really hoping you considered
the
that.
Mighty Ducks cartoon movie, or what any of
I mean,
that
let's
shit.
just get into it.
Well, here's something real quick that I will
I
say.
just put two. I just named
get
two.
into it.
No way.
Number 10, yeah.
It's the Most Valuable Primate.
Yes, most valuable prize.
Oh my God.
10.
Here's what I will appreciate about this movie.
Jesus
Don't
Christ.
they do talk about junior hockey in this one, and they
Yeah.
bring up the fuck. Why is the name escaping me? What's the name of the cup that the junior teams are always competing against at the end of the year?
Oh, not the Calder.
No.
What's it called? Is it Memorial?
Yeah, you're
Memorial
right.
Cup. Thank
Yep.
you. They bring up the Memorial Cup in this too, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I vaguely remember watching this movie and actually seeing like guys signing contracts with NHL clubs after they win the championship. And I thought, okay, that's actually kind of cool that they're doing that. But
I can't
Yeah.
believe you
Well,
put this on here.
So this one's
You're
on
such
there.
a clown.
This one's on there because
Oh my God, the
because
red
grow-
shoes jutting out from underneath the desk.
I
Because
wish we had the
growing
shoe
up,
cam.
I grew up watching Airbud movies. The
Sure.
dog
I
played
did too.
sports.
I did too. That's fair.
So this came out around the same time.
Oh
I
my
was a hockey fan.
This was clearly another studio's way to try to compete with their buddy.
Yes, like this just had to be on there. There's not too many ice hockey movies,
That's what I was trying
I
to
had
say.
to throw this on there.
Like, I don't even think, like, theatrical release. Like, this was not a theatrical
No,
release, I don't
no,
believe.
it's
This
not.
was, like, a Disney Channel original.
I'm terrified to like
think it
what
was.
after
Really?
we go through like the list. I'm intrigued to see what was left off. Is the one that
Well,
like
there's
ter-
not much to leave off.
There
It's
is
kind of
not.
like you have to use all 3 Mighty Ducks. You have to use both Goons. You have to do like that kind of stuff to
So-
compile even a list of 10.
Yeah,
Right.
so I did just narrow it down to one of the series. I didn't pick like all
Wow.
3
You
Mighty
didn't
Ducks.
wait. You didn't pick the series as like the.
I picked the series,
Okay.
but I didn't pick like I didn't go through and pick like
Okay,
Mighty
okay.
Ducks 1, Mighty Ducks 2.
This is fascinating. Okay, this is going to be really interesting then.
Wow.
Also, you then have to proverbially put your stick in the ice and pick a Mighty Ducks. You have to pick 1, 2, or 3.
I mean, I could do that.
That's what you just said, right?
No, I mean I just named like the original movie as the whole series.
Okay, well then, yeah. For the you don't have
I-
to do that for
yeah.
Goon. I think we all can say Goon 1 was at least more passable
Can
than
you
Goon
stop spoiling the list?
2. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not. This is a bad show for me.
You thought number 10 was bad. Wait till you see number 9.
What's number 9?
We have Sudden Death.
Oh my god.
Technically a hockey movie.
Technically.
You guys have seen
Technically-
this one, right?
Barely.
A hockey
Barely
movie.
a hockey movie.
I mean, it has. Well, it's not Iceberg.
Yeah.
It's
No,
actually,
it's
he's
not
actually
Iceberg.
icy in the movie.
Right.
Wow.
And there is a Tom Barrasso
There's
appearance.
a Tom Barrasso.
Iceberg-
Jake Caulfield's in there too.
Yeah.
The real iceberg would kick Jean-Claude Van Damme's ass.
You think
Sorry.
so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he would.
He's-
This is
the
actually,
real Gritty would definitely. That should have been most hated player.
Is gritty.
Is
He
Gritty.
could've been.
That should have been
No,
one.
but he loves gritty though. So
We
that'd be
all
hard
love
to-
Gritty,
that'd
but
be hard
also
to-
like
that'd be hard to
goddamn
put one.
Gritty.
the funny thing about this movie is it was on YouTube, the whole movie.
Oh, I'm not
So if you need
surprised.
to watch it anywhere, just
Oh man.
search on
Okay.
YouTube. It's right there for you. if you
I'm
haven't
not
seen
surprised.
it.
This was not. I have a top 10 as well. This was not on my list.
I'm
So you
so-
missed this one then. This is a
No,
great
that was left off on purpose though.
Did
I picked a Disney movie over that.
Oh,
you really? I
yeah.
can't wait
wait
for this one.
I think I know which one.
Okay.
'Cause I almost went there too.
Okay. All right.
But I didn't pick a Disney movie. So that was number 9.
Yeah.
Number 8. This is one that I haven't seen, but I heard good things about it.
Oh,
It's Mystery Alaska.
okay.
Awesome movie.
I have not seen it either. I know the backstory of it is like what the New York Rangers play an exhibition on a pond against a team from
Like an
Mystery
amateur
Alaska,
team.
Yep.
right? Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
That's pretty
Russell
cool.
Crowe
Okay.
is
Okay.
the lead.
So is this like a comedy or like?
It's fun, feel good family movie
Okay.
kind of thing. It's like the biggest thing that happens in this town of Alaska, and like I can't remember if it's like partially based on a true story or not, or you know what it is,
I
but
thought it was. That's why I
think
thought
it
it was
is.
more like a drama type movie. But when I looked it up, like it said sports comedy, and I was like, oh.
it's like Miracle, where there's
Okay.
some funny moments, there's some awe moments, there's some that kind of stuff.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that's one. It's low on the list because I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put it. Too
It's
high.
not like Major League where it's just straight up joke
Okay.
kind of thing.
Got it. Major League is still the number 1 baseball movie. Just saying. For that one.
That is true. Not on Keaton's list though.
Not on Keaton's list.
Did you see Keaton's list?
I did. Like Major League is.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Keaton did win though. But well, that's a
I-
discussion for next
Yeah, all right,
episode.
all
Christ.
Number 7, we have The Love Guru.
Wow, I was not expecting
Again,
this.
a deep cut.
I was
I'm
not
telling you,
expecting this.
It's tough to make a list out of hockey movies. There's not too many.
So,
Ooh, I just figured out one that's on there then. If Love Guru is on there, there's another movie that has a hockey scene that should qualify it to get in. So I'm pumped. All right,
No,
all right.
no, it's not on there.
All right.
It's not on there.
So-
this is actually built around a hockey team though. So this is
that is true. I appreciate Mike Myers wanting to make a movie with his favorite hockey team, like, as the central
Yeah.
point of
Yeah.
it. I think there's definitely some scenes in it that are, like, very, like, eye-rolling and stuff. I mean, but Justin Timberlake pretending to be a French-Canadian
Yeah,
LA King
yeah.
goalie is kind of dumb but in a great
We
way.
have Mini Me's in there too as the head coach. It's a great movie.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah. Although there is the scene that I do appreciate where they're talking about how the and I can't remember the name of the character that he's trying to help who plays for the Maple Leafs, about how like he essentially like spread kind of the popularity of hockey, and he's like, and there's like dudes in a basketball court that are just playing hockey while wearing Maple Leafs jerseys in the middle of New York City, and I was just thought, what?
I mean, it's a dumb. I think it's like if you saw it in college with your buddies and you were drunk, it was probably pretty funny.
Yeah. And Stephen Colbert's the announcer for it too, which is hilarious.
Right.
Like I said, these lists, they're made of some funny movies here. I know Josh is going to get angry, but
I'll get angry later, I think.
You might. Number 6, we have The Ice Guardians. This is more like a documentary style movie.
I don't know if I've seen this one. What is
It's actually pretty good. It's about pretty much the enforcers in the NHL.
Oh, okay. You've told me about
why
this.
fighting should be in the league, why it shouldn't be. Tells both sides of the story. Has interviews and stories from like previous enforcers in the league.
Okay, I remember you telling me about this. Is this on like any streaming service?
It used to be on Netflix.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's still on there or not. But I can check that.
Okay.
Did you see this one, Josh?
So, okay, this isn't the one. Yeah. Okay. No. So, one of them. Is it in something? I'll come up with it. One of them my old boss made. One of the old hockey documentaries about goons. It's all about Chris Nyland.
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah. I have seen that one. I wouldn't say it's my favorite of the hockey documentaries, but sure, that works.
I recommend watching it.
Okay.
It's a good one.
The Last Gladiator
I've never heard of that one.
is the movie, The Last Gladiators.
I'll have to write that down.
And that like, it's like shortly after Boogie died.
Okay.
And so like, yeah, it's really good. Mike Messner was one of the I forget what he did. I think he was the editor, writer, or something. But he was my boss, and was the reason I got to do the Penn State hockey story. So,
okay.
check out The Last Guardians as well.
All right, let's get into your top 5 now. Because
Top
I feel like all of these should be
Gladiators,
pretty obvious.
The Last Gladiators. That's it.
Alright. Number 5. We go with Youngblood.
Deserves to be in the top 5. I agree
Classic.
with you. Yeah.
Rob Lowe fucks the billet bomb. It's just like that's a real thing that happens in junior hockey.
I believe it. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and this, yeah. I mean, this is. Where do I have this on mine? Same spot. I have it
Number
at 5.
5? See?
Yep, I have it at 5.
No,
Not
this
bad.
is absolutely fair. I mean, we talked about it beforehand. Patrick Swayze wearing an eye patch is kind of weird in a way, but also kind of fun, I guess. If you want to put it that
Kind
way.
of badass. You should look it up.
The scenes of the actual like hockey being played is very real. I will give them very much good credit on this.
Well, and like it's based in the 80s, but it is a very accurate tale of like, you know, Brett Hall's dad is the Golden Jet is who? What's his name?
Oh, but the character movie?
No. Actually, Brett Hall, the fucky hockey player,
Bobby Hall.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bobby Hall, like tells the story about like they skated on the rinks to school, like that, or on the rivers to school, and like they just thought it was like a fun game they played, and then when some of these guys got recruited to juniors, it negatively affected their families because they were farm kids.
Mhm.
They were kids in Thunder Bay, and you know, like they're just fucking, like they couldn't afford for them to like go away to juniors to play or the NHL or anything like that, and like a lot of them didn't have TVs, so they weren't even watching the National Hockey League. Maybe they heard it on the radio, but that was very much a Northeast-based thing. So like out in the middle of the state, like hockey was beloved, but it cost your family a lot for you to play.
Yeah.
So like kind of cool. It touches on that because you know Rob Lowe's dad's like you know a farmer and shit.
Right.
So yeah.
I'm glad you had it number 5 too.
Yeah.
So,
No, I think that's perfect.
so far, so good in the top 5.
Yeah. I mean, this next
Well,
one.
I don't know.
This
MVP made
next
the
one's
list.
definitely not in this top
Next one,
5.
yeah, this
I know this for
Might
sure.
not be on his list. This is a movie, Goon,
Oh god, I love this movie so much.
the number 4.
Explain why you like the
come
movie.
on!
Goon.
How could you not love Goon?
First off, the whole like wear 69, it's hilarious. Like,
It is
do I
hilarious.
love John Nagowski on the Pirates because he wears 69? Absolutely.
Who?
But I don't need that in my fucking hockey movie.
Oh my
I
God.
hate Jay Baruchel. I
Well,
hate him in
I mean,
all of his fucking
I feel like he
movies.
could be annoying.
Yeah.
He's
I'll
super
give you
annoying.
that. I'll give you that.
But the part that immediately I pulled the fucking trigger on, because this is a real story. It's based on a real guy
It
who
is.
was a bouncer at a local bar.
Yes.
Ended up making it to some level of like the AHL or ECHL as like a pro hockey player, beating the fucking tar out of
Yeah,
people,
right.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. But when you go in the locker room for the first time, the goalie's pads are on backwards. And the goalie's supposed to be one of the better players, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best
But
athlete.
goalies are a little weird, so maybe he did
Goal-
that on
goalies-
purpose.
No,
Best
I
athlete.
meant in the movie. The goalie is good in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's decent. He's not the best player, but he's.
But
he's
like,
decent.
he's not Alex Laflemme or whatever the fuck.
Xavier
Yeah, yeah,
Laflemme.
Xavier.
But like, that detail can't get missed in a fucking hockey movie, especially from somebody Jay Baruchel who thinks he's this brilliant fucking hockey celebrity. Like, I'm sorry, the goalie's pads cannot be on fucking backwards. Drop
I
like
honestly
dead
never
stop.
noticed that.
I didn't either.
I'll have to look at that next time I watch it.
It pisses me off, and like the comedy is just It's not awesome. It's just kind of like they took Slapshot, they kind of switched it around a little bit, and then that's the fucking movie. It's not
It's
awesome.
today's generation of Slapshot.
Ooh, wow, that's
It's
that's
similar.
that's hard to say right there. I mean, listen, Goon. I love Goon, but saying it's today's generation Slapshot's a little bit much for me.
Well, we'll move to number 3, which is the movie Slapshot.
Yes.
I mean, deserves to be top 5 for me. For me, it's my number 1.
It could be 3. I think the top 3 are probably pretty predictable.
Yeah.
And really the top 5 are. I don't think. I hate Goon. I think a lot of people like Goon.
Yeah.
But yeah, Slapshot at 3. First time I saw boobs in a movie. Because my dad just remembered loving the movie, and then it was a
Yeah.
hockey movie, and then like,
Oh,
there's
you're like, what are
boobs in
those?
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. So that was like when it blew my mind that woman also plays the mom in A Christmas Story.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
Like
right,
that.
right,
that
right.
blew
Yep.
my mind right there.
Hanrahan's fucking drunk. You hit him, he's gonna piss himself.
Or like when he's just making fun of his wife the entire time and just it was so great.
Yeah, I mean the movie's awesome. Who owns the Chiefs? Who?
Owns.
This is basically like the major league version, like the hockey version of Major League.
Yeah.
Now that I can agree with.
Yeah.
Yes, I am right there with you. on
Major
that.
League is funnier,
Yeah. Oh,
but
yeah.
Slapshot. Yeah, I need to go fucking Blue Eyes in there too.
I appreciate the fact also this was shot. Some of the scenes were shot in Pittsburgh too. I know that for sure.
Well, and has Pittsburgh ties with Dave Hansen,
Mhm.
who is still the hockey director out at Robert
It's still
Morris or
crazy
whatever
that
the
he's been
fuck
there this
they
whole
call it
time,
in the
yeah.
Island Sports Center now.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like, their children,
Yeah.
they brought toys.
Then you see at Penn's games, you see people with the glasses. The
Yeah.
wigs, they show up. So
There's
this
so
is
many-
Like a
It's a big hockey
classic.
culture.
There's
movie.
so many
Yeah.
things I want to quote that I know that I can't because they are not like
Yeah,
they are not like considered like
Yeah.
appropriate. For
yeah,
certain shit.
like Airplane, Caddyshack. None of these are aging particularly well in 2021.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that maybe Animal House, when we saw them, we loved them. They're
Right.
like,
Yeah,
But
that-
Slapshot culture movie, absolutely.
Mhm.
Now this is where I don't know if Josh will agree or not. Number 2, we go with Miracle.
That's so wrong.
I know he loves
I
this
know.
movie.
It's so wrong.
I know he loves this movie.
First off, number 1 didn't win an Oscar. 2, it doesn't have Kurt Russell.
It does not. It does not have Kurt Russell.
Doing.
But it has Russell Tyler.
He's
So,
not
kind
wrong.
of-
He's not
Spoiler alert.
Not wrong
Right.
whatsoever.
Oh man, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, okay. What, 2001 Vo? Or no, it was
2004.
4. Okay, so 14-year-old, this movie comes out. Everybody on the hockey team, we all saw it together. We got dropped off in the like our parents were like, this, you're all going together, and like we all sat in the Regal in Butler,
the Regal.
Wow.
and
Okay.
and everybody sat together. It was like this really amazing emotional moment. For me, you know, I think I talk about this on one of the Great Depressions coming up. I can't remember whether it was the next week or week after. But for me, you know, growing up, there were 4 things I wanted to do in my hockey career. Play for my high school, I accomplished that. Play for my college, which was going to be Penn State. That's where I wanted to go. Got to work there, boom.
Yeah.
And then obviously play for the Penguins, right? But the one that I didn't just say is play for your country.
Right.
And this is it. Like this is the ultimate. Like they shouldn't have won. They did. They came together. Herb Brooks is a legend. Jim Craig, Michael Eruzione, like all of these guys lived on in my brain from even before the time the movie came out till even more after the time the movie came out, as these guys who defined what it meant to be an American hockey player.
I actually did not know Craig Patrick was the main talent guy for this club until I watched.
He's assistant coach.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And like, yeah, I don't know. It's just, you know, growing up an American playing this sport, as you play against some international talent, or you play against, or you travel or whatever. You know, famously on my honeymoon, I dangled a guy, went bar down at an outdoor rink in Toronto, and the guy goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot Americans are good now." But like that's like for so long growing up, we couldn't be Patrick Kane.
Yeah.
No.
We couldn't be Austin Matthews. We couldn't be Jack Eichel. You were, at best, Ryan Malone. A good second-line center who's a power forward, that kind of thing. But you weren't allowed to be the best player in the league. You weren't allowed to win the Conn Smythe. You weren't allowed to be the captain, that kind of thing. And, like...
So you say that this movie in particular is probably like one of the things that helped grow the generation of American hockey players that we see now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I
And the
can
fact
agree
that it
with
was
that.
Disney, and yeah, I mean, it's a perfect movie for me.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
But, like I said, it's not my number one movie.
I know.
I have the Ducks higher than Miracle. I do.
So,
Sorry.
number one,
Like for me,
Mighty Ducks.
for me personally, Slapshot's my number one because it was one of the first radar movies I ever saw.
Yeah.
So that has a special place for me. But I grew up the Ducks.
With the Ducks.
My
Yeah,
earliest
we grew up with the Ducks.
my earliest memory of watching a movie was
Is Mighty Ducks.
is D2.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
My earliest memory.
I think
like,
a lot of people would put it one, though. I
Yeah.
don't think it's wrong.
This is one that I watch all the time. Like, I tried to pick and choose what movies I watch the most. Miracle was second on the list, but Mighty Ducks, like, I watch it all the time. I still watch it.
Yeah.
I have the Hawks jersey on.
Yeah.
Badass jersey.
I have a Ducks jersey. The Anaheim Ducks wouldn't be a team today without this movie.
Right.
That's also very accurate. Yeah.
Well, and like in the second one, the rollerblading sequences, right? That
Yeah.
meant a lot to us kids who couldn't play on ponds growing up. You know what I mean? Like street hockey is a real culture, and like there it was on the big screen, and like even like I aged appropriately with Charlie Conway. So like as he goes off to Seton Hall and like all that, like I'm right at that age too, and like I mean there's so much. The Mighty Ducks are just like, I mean if Miracle helped like the Brandon Saad, John Gibson generation, like no, it doesn't even start without the Mighty Ducks. They don't make Miracle if Mighty Ducks isn't the most, like, one of the biggest franchises in Disney history.
Right.
I mean, they started on the pond.
Right.
That's very true.
They grew, expanded to the whole country in D2.
Yep.
They gained players from all over.
And then they shrink back down
Shrink
to
back down to
high
the Ducks.
school.
They stay the Ducks throughout the whole,
They do.
the whole series.
And this is another thing. Highly recommend Mighty Ducks Game Changers on Disney Plus. I love it. Just saying.
I was waiting for it to all come out because I know I wasn't going to be able to watch one and wait. Like I'm struggling doing that with Ted Lasso right now.
Yeah.
And Dave, like I'm like, God damn it. So like I knew I just want to blow through Ducks. So yeah.
So, which ones do you think we missed?
Okay, so here's my list. Number 10, Inside Out.
Wow.
Like the animated one.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's a hockey
yeah,
player.
I
She is,
guess.
that's true.
Yeah.
Is that the Disney one you were talking about? Because that's
Yeah.
not the one that I thought you were going to bring up.
Okay, no, that's my Disney
That's
movie.
not the one I thought you were thinking of either.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Not on my list, ones that we missed. Wayne's World. That was the one where I was like, there is a hockey scene in it.
They are wearing
They're wearing Hawks jerseys.
Yeah, that is true. They're wearing Hawks jerseys. Yeah.
And Stan Mikita's in it, and
Oh.
Tim Horton. Anyway, The Rocket, which is like the biopic on Maurice Richard.
Okay.
Okay, so those aren't on my list. So 10's Inside Out. 9 is Happy Gilmore.
Oh, God. Forgot.
Feels like a pretty big omission. You
Yeah,
had
but-
don't
most
even
valuable
think about it.
primate in a documentary, and you left off Happy Gilmore.
But that was like one scene, basically, hockey related.
But
His
he's
entire
a hockey player. He's wearing a Bruins jersey through the whole fucking thing.
No, I guess I could be on there, but like when I think hockey movies, I don't think
Alright.
Happy Gilmore.
Okay, so then number 8. You may have not have seen it, but I bet you have. Strange Brew.
That sounds familiar.
So it's Bob and Doug McKenzie, which were basically the Wayne's World equivalent on the Canadian version of SNL.
Oh no.
Rick Moranis.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Great
yes, yes.
White North, eh?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, my donuts and beer. And
Yes.
it's like it's early 80s comedy.
Yes. Okay, yeah. This is how Rick Moranis got
bigger. Yeah.
popular in America. Yes.
So like Strange Brew's really good. There's a great scene with like chess and hockey players, and there's a lot of hockey ingrained in it. More than Happy Gilmore, so that's why it's higher on my list.
Okay.
Number 7 is D3.
Okay.
That is my favorite movie
Really?
because I felt that JV varsity struggle so much through high school.
Gotcha.
Because I was one of the ones that was left down. I didn't get the call up. I wasn't Banks, right?
Ah.
I was Charlie left low, you know?
Yeah.
So I felt that struggle so much through high school that D3 has a special place in my heart.
Okay.
But I understand. It's also got all the best pranks.
Yeah.
Like with the ants into the fucking the fire ants and
the liquid nitrogen
Yeah,
freezing the
right,
water,
and like
that's cool.
Goldberg giving Julie the Cat Gaffney the donuts and shit. Like, I mean, there's so much fun stuff. The poop sandwich, like, there's so much good stuff. Number 6, Mystery Alaska, sweet movie. Russell Crowe's okay. Not enough hockey in it. Youngblood at 5. The Billet Mom. It's just it's so fucking cool. I wish I would have played juniors. Number 4 is the original Mighty Ducks.
Okay.
It's a great movie, super fun. We already talked about Mighty Ducks. 3 is Slapshot.
Yep.
2 is D2. Objectively the best of the 3 of them.
I agree.
And then 1 is Miracle.
Okay. The Disney one that I don't know if either of you two have seen, the one that I thought of was HE Double Hockey Sticks.
Oh, I forgot
No,
about that one.
I
That wasn't the
don't
one I was
even
thinking
know
of.
about this.
That had Eric Matthews in it.
Yeah.
From Boy Meets World.
From Boy Meets World, yeah.
And
This
Jack.
is Disney Channel original?
I think it's
Yeah,
a DCOM.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like so Eric Matthews' character Will Friedle is like the actor. He plays a demon who gets sent up to the real world because Matthew Lawrence, who's like the hockey player, sells his soul to win a Stanley Cup, and Will Friedle's
This is
character
electric.
and Will Friedle's character is coming up to collect his soul.
I tried to look for that on Disney Plus. It's not on.
Ah, damn! That's such a.
That was one of the first ones I looked
Oh,
at.
and he
great-
plays for the Devils.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the Devils, the Delaware Demons.
Demons, yeah.
Yeah, and then he gets.
I am bummed that I cannot watch this movie. This is awesome.
And then he gets traded to the Annapolis Angels.
And then Christopher Lloyd shows up.
Yeah. The Disney one I was thinking.
Did that
of,
make it? Did Angels in the Outfield make either of their lists?
No.
No, I was.
Oh, that's an omission that is.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Hilarious.
surprised too because
His Rookie of the Year wasn't
you
on
could have
there
put the
either.
original or the remake on too. Yeah.
But the Disney one I was thinking of, it was called Genius. You remember
Oh
that?
yes I do. With the college team that he has like has a work.
He has like an internship type, like
Oh,
scientist.
and the lab is underneath.
Yeah,
and the lab is
yeah.
underneath
And
the rink.
They put the little sticker on the skates and they start floating in the air and everything.
Yeah. Okay, I do remember that one. That's a great pull.
That was one of my favorite ones.
Just trying to remember. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Well,
Yeah, not too many other omissions that I can think of off the top of my head.
no.
Oh wait, I remember now.
I
Okay,
think I
Red
nailed it.
Hockey.
Yeah.
This
doc.
list would be better than Austin's. for
Red
sure.
Army.
Army.
Another hockey documentary.
Yeah.
Very fucking good.
Mhm.
But yeah. Other than that, I think you did an admirable job.
I appreciate that.
So MVP, I'm not gonna. That's pretty bad.
You're gonna go home and watch that.
I'm
one,
telling you,
actually.
Like
NB
sudden death, if you want to put it on there to pop the crowd, fine. But
That's funny.
Yeah.
that was a hometown.
I'm telling you, MVP, I will at least give you credit because it has Canadian junior hockey and they have the Memorial Cup in it. I will give you credit for that.
And like I said, growing up watching Air Bud, it was cool to see them transfer that over.
Yeah, I
so-
wonder if it's because they couldn't figure out how to put Buddy on ice,
That's
so that
probably-
probably is why they switched to
That
him.
probably did it, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, you need to get like better at reading these comments. And I should have looked too, but fucking your girlfriend's out here just torching people, and it's electric.
That's the. Hey,
She's burying people
Oh, yeah.
left
She-
and right in the comments. This is awesome.
Morgan
Yeah.
knows how to defend her man, apparently. So.
He has a
Yeah.
delicious body.
Oh
She
yeah.
told somebody to cry about it. Like,
She told 400, yeah.
you need to get her in pads and just let her sit on the bench and chirp.
She'd probably be on the most hated NHL player list if she was a player.
Wow, that's awesome.
Ooh.
She hurt some feelings out there.
She
And
did
some
hurt some
bones.
feelings.
I believe it. I
Break some
100% believe it.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, Denny.
Oh,
Thank you,
fucking late for that
A
one.
little late, but we appreciate it.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That was a fun show. Josh, thanks for joining RankKing's Court because Austin decided to abandon us and go on vacation.
Nah, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Can't let the boys struggle. You gotta get out there.
No, and I believe you had a fun time too talking about hockey.
Yeah, we got to talk about hockey for what, an hour and a half?
Yeah,
Uninterrupted.
uninterrupted.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we
Take
didn't
that,
even
Deke.
actually talk about anything going on in the NHL or
There's-
college hockey.
There's other episodes you can do that.
That's very true.
Just real quick, if you get a chance to watch Michigan play hockey at all this year, fucking go do it.
Oh God, they had 6 guys drafted within the first 7 picks that
Yes.
are still playing this year.
And their goalie was the best goalie in juniors last year. He won like that award. So like,
So they're going to dominate.
they're gonna shit kick people.
They're
They
It's
might,
gonna be
they
awesome.
might be the new expansion team in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
More
they
than
might.
likely.
They could probably beat
Yeah.
Arizona
More.
right now.
More than likely.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
All right.
that was a good show, guys.
Yeah. Bo, close us out.
We'll close it out. You got the gavel.
I think it's only right that since he is the guest.
No, don't throw that.
No, I'm not gonna throw it.
Throw
Oh,
it.
you're gonna
Brody
let
did
Brody do it?
I mean,
let
Brody wants to, yeah.
Let Brody do it.
All right,
Brody
we'll let
do it.
Brody do it.
You go, bud.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll see you guys next Tuesday with the ranking back in the rankings group.
Okay, Brody, hit the gavel.
Hit the gavel, Brody.
Hit the gavel, Brody. No.
No,
All
he
right.
doesn't want to. Good job,
Court
Brody.
is adjourned.